It's Friday, June 21. This is the news on PBCJ. I am Simone Absalom. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, will not be closing its Jamaican office this year as previously planned when its current $1.6 billion precautionary standby arrangement to the government comes to an end this September. IMF resident representative in Jamaica, Dr. Constant Longking-Nwanga, told the press this week that this decision was made recently by the IMF executive team. Speaking in an interview with the Caribbean Business Report, Dr. Nwanga, a Cameroon national, emphasized that the decision was not to keep the office permanently open, but to, quote, maintain the local IMF office for an additional 2 years after the PSBA, end quote. Jamaica's progression to a PSBA in 2016 was preceded by a standby facility initiated in 2010 and followed by an extended fund facility in 2013, all covering 2 administrations. He said by keeping the office open, it will allow the IMF to continue the strong partnership that it has cultivated with the Jamaican authorities over the years. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the diaspora plays a critical role in the development of the economy. Speaking at the 8th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference in Kingston this week, Prime Minister Andrew Holness underscored the contribution of the diaspora to national development, particularly in areas of health and education. The Prime Minister assured the gathering of Jamaicans from home and abroad that the government will continue meaningful engagement with the diaspora.
We need to have more investments happening in Jamaica. The field is well laid for it. The institutions are in place. We invite members of the diaspora to now seriously look at Jamaica as a safe and profitable opportunity for investment.
So far this year, through the diaspora, Jamaica has seen a record 40 new projects being undertaken compared to previous years where the numbers were below 10. In that regard, the Prime Minister expressed appreciation to the members of the diaspora for their continued participation in the country's development.
We must never underestimate the value of our diaspora in ensuring that the economy of Jamaica remains strong, even in the depths of a recession. I will never forget in 2009, when Jamaica was just slipping into the global recession, like many other countries. And yes, remittances fell. But it was those remittances that kept coming, that kept many households afloat.
In the meantime, the Prime Minister said the government is grateful and encouraged that the diaspora will continue its efforts to build Jamaica.
The hospitals and health clinics that you have helped, the number of operations that you have sponsored, and medical missions that you have indeed taken your own time to participate in. We cannot place a monetary value on that. We're very grateful, we're very appreciative.
Sagicor Investments Jamaica SIJ is acquiring a major stake in Advantage General Insurance Company Limited, AGIC, from NCB Capital Markets Limited in a US $50.5 million deal. News of the acquisition was released last night by Sagicor, which said that while the transaction's conclusion is subject to all regulatory approvals, it is expected that it will be finalized in the coming months. Upon closing, the transaction will see Sagicor acquiring a 66% stake in AGIC. A newly formed entity headed by Mark Thompson, CEO of AGIC, will hold a 34% stake in the company, while premier portfolio management company, Resource in Motion, led by well-known Jamaican investor Donovan Lewis, will hold 6%. Paula Carr-Jarrett-Wegman has been appointed ambassador and special envoy for investment and philanthropy. Her appointment comes as the government continues its focus on investments from new and emerging markets to boost economic growth and job creation. Mrs. Carr-Jarrett-Wegman has been a member of the Economic Growth Council since its inception and has been promoting new investments to Jamaica. She's, among other things, a director on the Branson Center for Entrepreneurship Board. As the nation prepares to say its official farewell to our fifth Prime Minister, Edward Seaga, on Sunday, residents in Mandeville did it in their own way. On Thursday night, a remembrance was held for Mr. Seaga, and current Prime Minister Andrew Holness was there to pay his respects and to reflect on the achievements of the man whom he said was like a father to him.
And we embrace everybody because he was a leader for the nation, a father for everybody, Prime Minister for everybody, a statesman for everybody.
Cayman's Premier Adeline McLaughlin will be among dignitaries at Sunday's state funeral for former Prime Minister Edward Seaga. The funeral will begin at noon at the Holy Trinity Cathedral in downtown Kingston. Mr. Seaga will be buried at the National Heroes Park. The state funeral for the former Prime Minister will include several ceremonial rites and protocols in keeping with other occasions formally denoted as state events. The Jamaica Defense Force, JDF, will handle the ceremonials for the funeral. Mr. Seaga will be honored with a 19-gun salute at Heroes Park, with the rounds at approximately 1-minute intervals. National Honors Service decorations or medals should be worn by recipients on the day. The Office of the Prime Minister has advised that National Honors Service decorations or medals should be worn by recipients on the day, and sedate colors and modest attire are suggested. It is traditional that men wearing neckties should select black, dark blue, or other dark conservative ties with subdued patterns. Ladies should dress appropriately with corresponding conservative colors. There will be a number of traffic changes along major thoroughfares to facilitate the state funeral for the late former Prime Minister Edward Seaga. Duke Street, between Charles Street and South Heroes Circle, and all roads leading on will be closed to vehicular traffic. This corridor is designated the continuation of the official route for the funeral procession from the church to the south gate of Heroes Park. East Street will be closed between North Street and South Heroes Circle and all roads leading on to the general motoring public. North Street, between South Camp Road and Church Street and all roads leading on will be closed to vehicular traffic. Access will only be given to motorists attending the funeral. South Camp Road, between Marion Road in front of the traffic court and East Queen Street and all roads leading on will be closed to vehicular traffic between 7 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. JUTC buses that normally use South Camp Road will instead travel along Victoria Avenue, Upper Elliston Road, Marion Road back onto South Camp Road. Other motorists will use whichever road is applicable. Residents of Almontown and Kingston Garden are to exit and enter their communities via Arnold Road. In the event of an emergency, access will be given via Morosco Road. The student summary report for the inaugural primary exit profile is now available. The student summary report shows the placement, scores, and a description of performance. A detailed report will be given to parents and receiving schools to see the specifics of each subject and how each child performed will be issued. A detailed report will be given to parents and receiving schools to see the specifics of each subject and how well each child performed will be issued soon. Last week, the Ministry of Education announced that the scores provided will reflect a scale and not percentages, as was the norm for the Grade 6 Achievement Test, GSAT. A total of 389 persons were killed in motor vehicle crashes in 2018. the highest number in 15 years. Since the start of this year, there has been a 20% increase in the number of road fatalities compared to corresponding period in 2018. In a bid to reduce road fatalities and crashes, Guyana Driving School held its annual Jamaica Driver and Traffic Safety Expo. According to data from the Transport Ministry, vehicular crashes have taken the lives of 171 people since the start of the year. Road accidents reportedly cost the country some $2 billion annually. The Association for Safe International Road Travel says nearly 1.25 million people die in road crashes each year. It's with those numbers in mind that the Guyana Driving School continues to push for traffic safety awareness and proper training for road users. Meanwhile, Minister of Transport and Mining Robert Montague says the ministry is committed to continuing interventions to enhance road safety. The minister's remarks were relayed by Government Senator Matthew Samuda at the recent 2019 Jamaica Driver and Traffic Safety Expo. Senator Samuda said the government remains committed to road safety and the Transport Ministry will continue to support all road safety initiatives.
The numbers could be far worse, and we should take no comfort in where we are. We should take no comfort in the fact that our target is 300 per year.
Speaking at the launch of the expo, Minister Montague had said the government will be implementing a number of measures aimed at ensuring order on the nation's roadways. He said video surveillance and an online website will be utilized to post images and footage of people who disobey the road code. This, he said, will also help authorities to catch perpetrators. June 28 is the deadline to apply for a transfer of voter registration for the November 30 voters list. The transfer process is relatively simple and only requires a visit to the EOJ constituency office where the elector currently resides. The Electoral Office of Jamaica notes that a transfer of registration is necessary for electors who have changed address since they registered to vote. The law requires that electors vote in the polling division in which they reside. Now for this week's episode for Culinary Trails. The Seaga restaurant at Orchid Village in St. Andrew is a haven for seafood lovers. Not only does it serve delectable food, it also offers great vibes and friendly staff. Choices on the menu. It seems as if I'm going to have to come back again and again just so I can try all the dishes on the menu.
Are you ready to order?
Yes, we are. I'm going to order for everybody if you don't mind.
No problem.
Okay, so to start we'd like fish soup. Then for our entree we'd like steamed fish with crackers, garlic lobster with steamed bami, some barbecue wings with potato wedges, and the Seaga style shrimp with mashed potatoes.
Okay, and would you like anything from the drink menu?
Of course, of course, of course. I'd like to try the Miami Vice. Ali would like the Candy Crush. Kamisha would like the blended fruit punch. And Mr. McLean, he's going to have the pina colada.
Okay. Does that complete the order?
Yes, yes.
All right.
soup arrived in quick time to warm our tummies before the main course. Did I mention the yummy chunks of fish in the soup? Alicia got her spicy fried wings.
Welcome to C-Deck. I am Kemar Morris. I am the mixologist here. Today we'll be making a multi-layer drink, a simple multi-layer drink. You know the Miami Vice, where the girls them love, yeah, Rochelle, yeah. So we're going to make it as easy as can be and pretty as can be so you can Instagram and all that. Here we go. Start off with the bottom, which is the strawberry daiquiri mix part. All right, so we could start there. I had two different spirits to this. White rum for the strawberry and coconut rum for the middle. Pina colada.
The drinks were delivered just in time for the main course. We ordered steamed fish with crackers, garlic lobster with steamed bami, barbecued wings with potato wedges, and C-Deck styled shrimp with mashed potato. This drink is delicious. I love it here at C-Deck. The food is good, the vibe is nice, the staff is friendly. I didn't have to wait very long for my food. I love the environment, the sound of the water, I love that. I love the fish, all the flora, all the plants. It's just really a nice, tropical, relaxing vibe. Now, what I want to know is there another C-Deck anywhere near you?
So this is the only C-Deck restaurant, but we're under a chain of restaurants. It's called Yo Restaurant. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the name. We have different branches here in Kingston. We have branches in Maypen, branches in Mandeville. I mean, we're one franchise, but this is the only C-Deck. We're the only one that specializes in seafood.
So what can customers expect from their experience when they come here?
Fresh seafood every day, because we get delivered every day. So we have fresh seafood along with our excellent customer service. We have a very friendly mixologist, so you can expect drink from a friendly mixologist. He prefers that term. During the week, we're not that busy, so we would be, on average, we'll have like 2 customers in here for lunch, and then dinner will probably get a little bit busy. So we enjoy serving our customer on a day-to-day basis, honestly. And since I've been here, the experience has been great. I've met a lot of great people, because you know, when you're serving persons, you get to meet a lot of new persons. For example, we met you through serving. So, I mean, I have a wonderful time serving.
Immaculately prepared. The mashed potato, magnificent. C-Deck special shrimp. I can taste the ginger and the scallion in it. Adds a lot of flavor. Pretty good.
Well, the fish is really sumptuous today, and the staff here is wonderful. I really love the environment. I wondered why you have never taken me here before.
In regional news, Guyana's opposition leader Brat Jagdeo says he is open to fresh talks with President David Granger following a CCJ ruling that has triggered the need for fresh elections. The CCJ, which is Guyana's final court, ruled that President Granger's unilateral appointment of a retired judge as chairman of Guyana's Election Commission, GCOM, was flawed.
Right now, the court has ordered the two sides to see if they can find a consensus way forward. So our lawyers are going to put our thoughts together. There are some principles that I outlined here, but there's much more in the order. They will draft, and then they will share that with the other side, the lawyers on the other side. And through that process, we are hoping between now and Monday that there could be like a consent position.
So you have not given anything over yet?
No. The lawyers are working on that to share with the other side.
Do you have a timeline when you?
Yes, they have to do it quickly before we have to report back on Monday. So I'm hoping by today or tomorrow that goes over. So both sides can work over the weekend, getting positions to share with their lawyers. So right now, the lawyers will be the medium through which we will seek this consequential order. Failing which, we will then have directions from the court. So I am prepared to meet with President Granger to give effect to the ruling. 3 months election, a new chairman in place already. I'm prepared to meet with him day and night until we resolve those issues.
Still in Guyana, the country reportedly has the highest rate in South America for babies born with microcephaly. Microcephaly is a congenital condition associated with incomplete brain development. Babies with this condition has an abnormal smallness of the head. The mosquito-borne Zika virus was identified by the World Health Organization as the leading cause of the disease. We have more in this report.
The coordinator of the Public Health Ministry's Prevention of Mother-to-Child Transmission Unit, Dr. Suzanne Seeds, based on Guyana's 2017 statistics, Guyana is ranked as having the highest number of cases in the South American hemisphere. Dr. Seeds noted that the majority of births affected by microcephaly occur mostly in Region 4, including districts on the east coast of Demerara and Georgetown, where a high population resides comparing to other regions.
You would have noted as well the severe cases, because if you remember initially I spoke about the cases ranging from mild to severe. So with the severe cases, they were 80%. With the yellow, that is just about 5%, that was not recorded. And then with that brown slice right there, that says non-severe microcephaly. So the range there, it was not as severe as compared to what was presented as 80%.
Dr. Seeds said that Guyana's first case of Zika was recorded in January of 2016. She added that of the total number of babies diagnosed with microcephaly, only 17 are currently undergoing rehabilitative and pediatric care.
In sports, the Reggae Boys will square off against El Salvador in the first of a Group C CONCACAF Gold Cup doubleheader at the BBVA Stadium in Houston. The match will be the 5th Gold Cup meeting between the two sides. Scheduled kickoff time is 6 in the evening. Honduras and Curacao will meet in the second game of the doubleheader at 8 p.m. The Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association, the JAAA's Supreme Ventures Limited's National Senior Championships continues today. Athletes are competing for the opportunity to represent Jamaica at the IAAF World Championships in Doha, Qatar, September 28 to October 6. In order to be entered for automatic selection, athletes need to achieve a qualifying standard mark and place in the top 3 in their event. Additionally, defending champions will receive a wild card spot. 110-meter hurdle sensation Omar McLeod is the only defending world champion from Jamaica, which means that all others are required to compete for spots. Chairman of the organizing committee, Ludlow Watts, has reportedly indicated that exceptions may be considered in the case of absence due to injury. And in other sporting news, Miramar Mayor Wayne Messam has announced plans to assist members of the Jamaica Amputees Football Association realize their dream of joining the Jamaica Football Federation, which members of the team are hoping will thrust their talent into the spotlight. Speaking at the 8th Biennial Jamaican Diaspora Conference in Kingston this week, Mesam said he has found amputee footballers truly inspirational and that he will be partnering with the JAFA to provide support to the team. And that's the news on PBCJ. Thanks so much for watching.